Oh, hello. It's December. Oh, thank God it's the end of 2020. Or at least by the time this is getting posted for patrons, it's the end of 2020. For everyone else, oh man, how's the new year treating you? Future me has no idea what's going on. At least right now in this video. I guess that means past me? I don't know. Anyway, enough of that silly ramble. Welcome to finishing the last 2 pages of chapter 2 of X. So, as you can see, this is... There's some fancy new characters in chapter 2. Spoilers, only one of them is important. The other 2 that I will be drawing later in this are just cameos of some of my other characters, because I didn't actually sit down and design these guys for the background. So yeah, there's that. Goodness, I don't know what to talk about. This chapter was really friggin' hard to finish because of school and needing to do work that earns money, so I wasn't able to spend time working on my comic. So that's that. But you know what? At least we're doing it now. I'm not gonna tell you guys which of my OCs are cameoing in the background. You just have to go and figure that out for yourself. You can see me not wanting to do outfit designs. So I was like, hey, you know who wears generic secret agent clothes? The Psycho-Pass characters. So that's what I looked at for reference. Yeah. Psycho-Pass is a great anime, by the way, if you're looking for a good like cyberpunk series and have recently been let down by a certain video game. Yeah. Heck, man. It's been a heck of a time. I don't know how much I have to talk about in this chapter. I probably should have gathered like questions and whatnot. I say chapter, but I mean this like drawing. I should have gathered questions from people first. So if you do want me to talk about anything specific in any of these time lapses, you're always free to like leave it in the comments. I just kind of talk about my thoughts as I was making this. I know at least for this chapter, this specific page in this panel, I was looking at the art and I was like, holy crap, I've improved so much since I thumbnailed this, because I thumbnailed chapter 2 maybe like a year and a half ago or something, maybe 2 years. So it was just really wacky to see how much things have changed. In a good way. I guess something big I'll talk about with this is the shading is really different from like how I shaded the previous chapter and how I currently shade, because I was experimenting with my art style a bunch this year, and I just like it was in a weird like in-between state of developing my art style, and that's just when I happened to start working on this chapter. So I did my best to try to stick with it for most of this chapter, but I think pages 13 and 14 might have just slightly better art with a little bit of a gap between like the rest of the chapter from earlier this year and where it's at now. Yeah. So there's that. I did some really weird stuff with the shading on this where I kind of goofed my layers, but thankfully I figured it out later. Heck, man. I've already been rambling for like nearly 5 minutes. That's super cool. Yeah, I guess I'll mention it now. Normally I do like a big full screen reveal of the full art at the end of the videos. I will not be doing that for this one, because the full screen of the art has dialogue, and when this is coming out is before the chapter is actually out for patrons and for the general public. So, well, this will probably be out for the general public by the time chapter 2 is also released publicly. but I'm not quite sure. It might contain some spoilers at the end of chapter 2. Yeah. But anyway, I will not be showing full previews of the art because that will have the dialogue on it, and I don't want to give everything away. So for now, you just get to have this with absolutely zero context, which is fun, I guess. But yeah, I will pop back and see you at the end of the video to check in, let you know where you can read the comic and everything. So, have a good time with that. Oh, hey, welcome to the end of the video. Thanks for sticking around. Most people don't do that, so that's pretty slick, pretty rad. As you can see, we've got a fancy new end card type of thing because I finally drew a self-portrait I didn't hate. Anyway, let me get rolling with this so I don't keep you here too long. First off, thank you so much to my supporters on Patreon who make all of this art possible. Thanks so much to our pursuers, Big Print, Danny Jones, Holly King, and Nicholas Bartholomew. Our Voidwalkers, Bonnie Schnabel, Lisa Bambachi, welcome, Scarlett Brooks, and our Mythic Spark, Dead Reaper. Without you guys, man, things would be a heck of a lot harder. You know, you guys make this stuff happen. You tell me, hey, this is worth it for you to do. So, yeah, happy end of the year. And if you like this art and you want to check out the webcomic, you can do so over on Webtoon. I'll link to it down in the description below. Eventually, maybe one day I'll be able to link to external things in the video, but that's a long way off, thanks YouTube. Anyway, if you had a good time here and you haven't left to read the comic yet, gee thanks. You know, maybe hit the like button so that the YouTube algorithm doesn't bury this for 1,000 years. Send it to your friends. Send it to your grandma. Send it to your dog. I mean, you don't have to, but you could. And you know what? If you read the comic and you decide you like it and you're able to help support me making it, you can pledge any amount that you want over on Patreon. The $3 detective tier gets early access to the comic. So if you want to upgrade your pledge so you get early access while the comic is releasing, you can do that. I do a whole bunch of other fun stuff. Every single tier currently gets art each month if you request it. There's monthly art votes. You get to see behind the scenes. I have a tier where you can get critique and feedback. So, yeah. If you can't, then just come say hi. Let me know you liked it. Or tell me you didn't like it. But, you know, tell me what I can fix and improve. Anyway, stay safe. Wash your hands. I don't think I have any other reminders for you. So, adios.